Coco Gauff in the headlines last week, and for very good reason, as she and 11 other women were named as the 12 Women of the Year by Time Magazine. An incredible honor for Gauff to be a part of that.
Time Magazine recently published their Women's of the Year list, and Coco Gauff was the cut, the only athlete recognized as her. Among the 12 exceptional women honored, in order to make the world more equitable, Gauff received this honor at the age of just 19. Old. However, this is what got everyone conversing. The response from Aryna Sabalenka was utterly insane. The envy has been flooding social media ever since the announcement was made. Do you believe Coco Gauff was deserving of this honor over other tennis players, or was Sabalenka robbed? Tell me in the remarks.
Evening. Being here tonight and standing in front of all of you is an incredible honor. The women in this room are my role models, and for me to be asked to share a few words with you, that's crazy. Seriously. When I started playing tennis at the age of 6, my dad, who's here with me tonight, told me, "You can change the world with your racket," and I believed him. I believed him because the women in my life and the women in this room who showed me that a little girl with big dreams can go on to do great things. My grandmother, Yvonne, was the first Black woman to integrate the Delray Beach school system, has encouraged me to use my platform for positive change and to never underestimate the impact of my voice.
Good night. Being here, tonight, and in front of everyone, you are an amazing honor. The females in beautiful room and serve as my inspiration. Moreover, I've requested to share a few for me to be. It's absurd to use words with you. Really? When I first began playing tennis, my father, who is here with me, is one of 6. I was told tonight, "You may alter the planet with your racket." And I thought, I trusted him, because the ladies in this room in my life who demonstrated to me that a young girl with large dreams have the power to accomplish amazing things. My own, Yvonne, my grandma, was the first Black woman to incorporate the Delray Beach school system, has motivated me to use my platform for constructive transformation and to never undervalue the influence of my voice.
Tell me about your ambitions in tennis.
What do you mean?
Anything, just don't tell me. Coco Gauff. Did I just say first? Tell me to stop, but keep on going. Tell me to stop, but keep on going. Keep on going. Never stopping that. I will never let you go.
Get up, Coco Gauff. You just won the US Open.
Time Magazine does more than merely acknowledgement to anybody. This isn't a trophy scenario for participation. The publisher carefully chose 12 women who they considered exceptional, leaders striving for greater equality. World. These ladies stand for the highest level of accomplishment in several fields and industries. They're evolving producers. They are individuals who actively transforming culture and society. The bar for being genuinely high on this list. When Time revealed their choices, they contained some completely powerful names. Greta Gerwig created the list as a director and actress who's radically altered the way Hollywood takes a narrative approach. Nobel laureate Claudia Golden is acknowledged for innovative work in economic investigation. Andre Day, a singer, represents the community of artists. Climate activist Jackie Patterson addresses the movement for the environment. These aren't individuals at random. These are people. They have proven to be exceptional and impact in their specialized sectors. Coco Gauff is another. At 19 years old, She is the sole athlete in the entire list. That is important. Consider something for a brief period. In a world where hundreds of thousands of experts, athletes participating in the top levels, Time chose precisely one athlete must be acknowledged as a female. The year. Coco Gauff was their choice. That's not a minor issue. That's acknowledgement of something unique and far-reaching, beyond the performance of tennis. The fact that Gauff is on this list is multiple facets. Indeed, she is a fantastic tennis player. Among the four, she won the US Open, Grand Slam competitions she has participated in. During the Olympics, she has established themselves as a top competitor in tennis as a professional. However, the Time's acknowledgement extends beyond her tennis accomplishments. Time determined something about Gauff that goes beyond athletics, her capacity as a leader and transformer. When questioned regarding the honor, Gauff's reaction was exceptionally real and grounded. She talked about disregarding the glitz and glamour that accompanies achievement. That's a wonderfully candid perspective from someone who could readily become famous. Standing and business prospects. Rather, Gauff concentrated on what really motivates her, winning significant awards and bringing about noticeable changes in the world. That's the viewpoint that aligns with Time's mission for Women of the Year. Gauff admitted, approaching my 20th birthday, and talked about accepting maturity and the shifts that bring it along. She realized that the world requires ongoing development and stated that she hoped to play a role in that procedure. This is a teenager discussing accountability, development, and social contribution. This is precisely the kind of viewpoint that would be appealing to a distinguished publication such as Time when determining women deserving of praise. The announcement's time coincided Gauff's victory in a WTA 1000 competition in Dubai. She returned from a challenging in a position to defeat Carolina in 3 sets. As soon as she won, Gauff discovered her in Time magazine, acknowledgement, and responded with sincere enthusiasm and appreciation. Her on-court remarks showed that someone who's grateful but concentrated. She spoke about being appreciative and anticipating to going to the March event where she would truly be acknowledged alongside the other honors. Gauff's modesty was clear when she stated that this would be one of the few occasions I dress up, not in this match thing. This is a 19-year-old who has accomplished what most athletes' dreams, and she's making lighthearted comments about wearing formal attire, clothes. That is the type of relatability that enables someone to truly amazing. She isn't accepting herself too seriously in spite of the great achievements. Let's now discuss what transpired when other tennis players learned about Gauff's acknowledgement. Aryna Sabalenka's response has been the focus of close examination and conversations on social media. The resentment and jealousy have been impossible for anyone making a payment to miss. Focus on social media for tennis in the last few weeks. Sabalenka is a fantastic. She is an independent tennis player. She's won important competitions. She has arrived at the elite levels of professional tennis. She is driven, talented, and competitive. However, Sabalenka's response to Gauff's time, a magazine honor, indicates something regarding her persona, which isn't especially flattering. Rather than commemorating a achievement of a fellow athlete, it seems that Sabalenka has accepted it. Individually, the pattern of Sabalenka's jealousy is seen in behavior that had been rotting under the surface. This is not the first time she has anger about Gauff's growing renown in tennis and other sports. Sabalenka appears incapable of segregate her emotions regarding someone else being acknowledged that she probably believes she is deserving. Regarding social, Sabalenka's posts in the media have turned into becoming more passive and pointed, hostile. She has begun emphasizing her personal achievements in ways that feel defensive instead of joyful. She has subtly made fun of the systems of recognition that prioritize specific players in comparison to others. She has been questioned the standards that resulted in Gauff's choice. Nothing about it seems to be sincere concern for justice. Everything appears to be jealousy from someone who feels neglected. What distinguishes Sabalenka's an especially notable response is that it shows how she sees this way of recognition. Clearly, Sabalenka believes that the Time magazine award is something that ought to have been hers. She is confident in her achievements, her competitiveness, her output on the she should have been qualified for this by the court. Acknowledgement. The decision made by Time. Instead, she is really bothered by Gauff. However, this is the fact that Sabalenka may not wish to recognize. Time wasn't choosing ladies based only on tennis performance. They were acknowledging the women they recognized as exceptional leaders striving for a more equitable world. They were searching, transcending victories and defeats. They were assessing wider effect and impact. Based on such standards, Gauff's choice makes perfect sense. Gauff's influence goes much beyond tennis courts. She uses her position to promote social fairness. She raises concerns about have an impact on her. She interacts with communities and far-reaching causes outside of professional athletics. She's considering her duty as a influential public figure. These are the attributes that Time would find appealing, especially when recognizing ladies from the year. Sabalenka's achievements on the tennis courts are quite amazing. No one questions her skill or her competitive fire. However, the query becomes if she makes use of her platform, similar to how Gauff is, whether she's interacting with societal issues, whether she is establishing herself as a leader outside of tennis. The response to those questions probably explain why Time chose Gauff over Sabalenka. The Sabalenka's displays of jealousy are also based on age and professional path. Gauff, who is 19 years old, is still quite youthful, and Time acknowledges her as a Woman of the Year. Thus, Gauff's impact and influence are already being felt on a worldwide level. Thus, she probably still has the best ahead of her. 4. Sabalenka has been employed for the entire career in order to be acknowledged, and achievement, witnessing an adolescent get. It undoubtedly hurts to be recognized over time. Social media engagement in Sabalenka has included sharing information about her own major achievements and victories in tournaments. She has been